I got the tickets.
There are stories that time can never wash away. Stories that begin as whispers across the ocean and live forever in the hearts of those who dare to love. This is one of them. In the spring of 1912, a British ocean liner on her maiden voyage from Southampton, England, to New York City. The world looked to the sea and saw a miracle of human ambition. They called her Titanic, the greatest ship ever built, a triumph of steel and steam, a vessel that promised glory to those aboard her decks. But beneath the glitter of her chandeliers and the echo of her grand staircase, destiny waited, patient and silent. It was on this ship of dreams that two souls from different worlds would meet and set in motion a love that would outlast history itself. Jack Dawson, a boy of the earth. An artist who painted his way through poverty with a heart full of stars and a hunger for freedom. And Rose DeWitt Bukater, a young woman bound by the golden chains of wealth, trapped in a cage of expectations, promised to Caledon Hockley, a man whose fortune was as cold as the diamonds he placed around her neck. For Rose, the Titanic was not salvation. It was a gilded prison sailing toward the edge of the world. But fate had other plans. On a quiet evening, as the sun dipped into the Atlantic and the music of the ship carried through the decks, their eyes met, and something eternal began. Jack showed her a world she had never known, one painted not in gold but in courage. He taught her to laugh without fear, to fly with arms open wide, to dance among the lower decks where music wasn't refined but alive. And in return, Rose showed him that even in a life of struggle, love could be art. Together, they carved a small eternity in days that were far too few. But every story born of dreams must face its reckoning. As the Titanic sailed deeper into the night, Cal's jealousy burned hotter. Ruth DeWitt Bukater's pride grew colder, and beneath the surface, an iceberg waited vast, silent, inevitable.
Iceberg, right ahead. Ring the bell.
Captain Edward Smith, a man whose life was the sea, guided his ship through the stars, unaware that soon those stars would reflect on waters filled with cries for mercy. And when the ship of dreams struck fate itself, time shattered. The laughter turned to panic, the music to prayer. The mighty Titanic groaned beneath the weight of her own arrogance as families clung to hope, lovers held to promises, and the ocean began to rise. In that chaos, Jack and Rose fought not for luxury or legacy, but for one another. Cal raged against the loss of control, desperate to keep possession of a woman whose heart was never his. Ruth trembled as her world of status dissolved in salt and shadow.
Oh my God, save us! Help! Somebody help us! We're all going to die! Lower away, men! Quickly now! Watch those ropes, steady on the fall! Lower the boat, quickly! We need more men on the ropes!
Molly Brown, bold and unbreakable, became a beacon of strength, helping others into lifeboats, while her own heart broke for those left behind.
Don't let go!
And amid it all, Jack's voice cut through the terror like light through water. You're gonna get out of here. You're gonna live a long life. You're gonna die an old lady, warm in her bed. In that moment, love became something sacred, not a whisper, but a vow shouted against the cold.
Row faster, they're going under!
Help us! Somebody please help us!
Is there room for one more?
I'll never let go, Rose!
I promise.
As the ship tilted toward the stars, Rose held on to Jack as if holding the very soul of the earth, refusing to let go even as the sea claimed the rest. The lights went out, the orchestra played on, and the great Titanic surrendered to the depths, her beauty now a ghost beneath the waves. Yet, out of all the lives lost to that night, one story refused to sink. For love, true love, is unsinkable. In the silence that followed, a single lifeboat drifted beneath a sky of frozen stars. Rose, her voice trembling,
Jack!
called into the darkness for the boy who had given her everything, but only the sea answered back. When dawn came, she whispered his name and let him go, keeping his promise alive in the quiet beat of her heart. Years passed. The world changed. Empires fell, cities rose, but somewhere in the old woman's eyes, Jack Dawson still lived. A secret portrait lay beneath her memories, the girl she once was, standing at the bow of the ship, arms open wide, flying. The ship that sank beneath the Atlantic became more than tragedy. It became a monument to love unbroken by time. And in every retelling, in every tear that falls for them, Jack and Rose rise again. For love is the one thing that even the ocean cannot drown. Leonardo DiCaprio as Jack Dawson. Kate Winslet is Rose DeWitt Bukater. Billy Zane as Caledon Hockley, Frances Fisher as Ruth, Kathy Bates as the indomitable Molly Brown, Bernard Hill as Captain Edward Smith. From the visionary mind of James Cameron comes a story that defies history, that redefines the word epic. A journey where the heart remembers what the world forgot, that love, when real, does not end with goodbye. This is not just the story of a ship that sank. It is the story of the people who dared to live before the end. It is the story of two hearts beating against fate, of a kiss that defied time, of a promise whispered into eternity. Some say the Titanic was lost forever, but legends have a way of finding their way back to the surface. This winter, relive the love that changed cinema forever, a love story so powerful, it became immortal. Titanic, where hearts will go on.